show you how I like to make the pleats for the pleated mask. And I have one here, it's already been done, and this one is already washed, so that's why it looks a little bit softer. And as usual, I like to add a little pleat down at the area for the chin, so it hugs around the face a little bit better. But you don't have to if you don't want to do that. So this is your usual mask with 3 pleats. And there are 2 ways I like to do the pleats. The first way, I have this little tool. It's a tiny fork. I just find it really handy when creating the pleat. You can use this to help you. So what I do first is, this is the front side of the mask. This is the back side, and this is the opening for the filter. And there's a reason why I keep the opening toward the top. I will explain it in a little bit. So the front side, fold the mask in half, and with your marking pen, you just mark the center on each side. And then you fold from the top toward the center line, toward the mark that you just made, and then mark. Bottom, fold toward the center, and mark it again. You should have 3 marks on each side that are equally spaced. So now with your little fork, you can start to create a pleat. What you want to do is you insert the fabric to one of this little opening. Doesn't really matter which one. Just make sure you line up the mark you just made with your fork. So this is the top, so our fold is gonna be facing down. So you want to you insert your fabric and turn the fork this way, and keep it tight. So that this hand, you want to pull toward the top. So keep this tight, and then this hand you hold on to the mask and you fold it like this, and you remove your fork. Now you have your first pleat. So the width of your pleat is gonna be the width of your fork. So it depends on which fork you find. Just keep that in mind. That's gonna be the width of the pleat. So now we can pin this one down. Oops. Okay. Second one. Just do exactly the same. This is aligned on top of each other. And the third one. Have all 3 pleats done on this side, and then we turn to the other side and finish this side. But now these pleats are gonna be facing this way. So we do the same, but we'll be turning our fork the opposite way. Can think about this because it's just kind of awkward a little bit. Okay. Just turn it the other way. Just check and make sure everything's squared, and then you just bring this piece to your ironing board and press it, and then you can remove your pin and then just stitch up and finish up. So like I mentioned earlier, because you keep the filter pocket toward the top, when you're creating all the pleats, this is not gonna be in the way. So like as you can see now, it's toward the top, you can still see it's not getting in the way with all these folds. So this is the first way I like to create the pleats, and I'm gonna show you another way in a little bit. With the mask here, turn to the back side and you fold it in half. You finger your nail, or if you like to use your iron to press it, you can, but sometimes I'm just too lazy to move between the stations. I just use my hand, or you can use the same little fork or whatever tool you prefer. Just kind of press it down. You just want to create a line here. So this is the front now. You can see this line right here. Obviously, if you use an iron to press it, it would be really crisp. Okay, and then turn to the back side again, and now we fold from the bottom up toward the middle line, and do the same to press it to create a crease. Open up, and then do this exactly same thing from the top. Fold it toward the middle, and then press it. So, okay. So turn to the front. Now we have 3 lines here. Hopefully you can see. Just one after another, you just grab onto the side with your hand and just kind of gather the fabric. And pin and move on to another one until you finish all 3. Or you can bring this whole thing to the ironing board, just iron it one after another. So I'm just gonna skip that step right now. So after you do all that, you can just send this thing to the through your sewing machine and stitch it up. So that's pretty fast. So this is the second way I use to create the pleats, and now it's pretty much the only way I use to when I'm doing my pleated mask.